Okay, good evening, everyone. Let's start our proper lessons. As today we have done a few questions that is source A, B, and source C, and D. So I understand why Antenna, your teacher say may not be optional. Don't mind, I just go quickly with Antenna's essay. We don't mind. Look at this one. This is history, nothing to do with social study. But from don't mind, Antenna, if I share them. I think G2 may not require this. May not require cross-referencing. But as far as I know that last time when I'm teaching G2, which is NA, or Express, we do need cross-referencing. Okay? So can you please kindly ask, Antenna, please, for your benefit, I would still ask my fellow friends and ex-colleague. Ayo, I better mute it. It's so irritating. Okay, ask your teacher whether is it any difference. If let's say you ask your teacher this, guys, listen, is it okay if it's a G3 paper, do we still need to do cross-referencing? Okay? And then ask your teacher. So you say, teacher, so since you say that this is not necessary for this and not necessary for cross-referencing, is it only for G2 or is it also for both G2 and G3? Okay? Ask, right? So at the same time, I'll ask also, so you have to ask, Okay, let's go through this study source E. Are you surprised by source E? Explain your answer. Source E. So let's go through source E. What does source E tell you? In case you forgot, what is source E? By a professor who was employed to carry out the first quantitative risk assessments for the environmental impact assessments of a proposed large chemical plants in Pasir Gudong industrial area in the late 1980s, published in Malaysian newspaper. Okay, so this is 2019, 3rd of July. The whole incident happens somewhere on the 6th. So it's 4, 5, 6, after 3.5 months. Okay, a tank, all these things. Okay, and then a tanker lorry is believed to be, okay, so this thing happened. Okay, and then after 6th of June, I told you very important, 6th of March, then after that, this one April, well, 1 month later. How can I take 1 month later so long, man? Somehow it's this 6th of March, and this is in April, but April can be from 1st of April to the last day of April, right? So this is not very clear. And this one, they say about 15th of March, 15th of March, the fish, so many fishes. And this doesn't seem like, remember the middle ground? No, the foreground, middle ground, and middle ground is this one already at the background. So this fate is published by who? The fishery departments itself. But of course, they cannot anyhow put messages like that. So that means it's true from them. So I will take it authentic. And this is supposed to be real, not fake in terms of the governments. All right. And then source C itself also say 11, also in March, but it never say which day. It can be 6th of March, before 6th of March. Before 6. That means the water already polluted. You never know. Okay. And then which one? And then except on the 14th of March, that's when the Mahathir came in. So this will be more reliable and useful because after a few days, this is 14, this is 6. So about 8 days later, that means they may need time to investigate, to do interview, to do some checking, to ensure, fact findings and collect evidence, so on. And then because Prime Minister at that time need with a solid evidence to address to the public and to tell not just Malaysian people, but to the world, to give others a confidence to come to invest in Malaysia, right? So he cannot anyhow say things. So he must have solid evidence to prove that, okay, yeah, he mentioned that it's technically a crisis. He agreed there was a crisis and preventing this to happen. All right, there was something like that. But you see, I found from the briefing I was given the various parties, that they have carried out their duties well, even though there's such a situation has never happened before. So it happens. So all these departments came in together collectively and to solve this problem face to face and address this gas poisoning incident. So 没有话讲. So this one, okay. Why? Even though it's a typicality, one person, but it carry weights to explain to the rest of the world and their Malaysians people that as a prime minister, I'm telling you, yes, it was so unfortunate to have this crisis and this thing happening. But then again, rest assured, all the departments are here to solve this, to show that the government is capable of a real, really like real, okay. Okay, so then of course this E itself, we are getting a third party. But why, in my question, why is it in July after 4 months? Do you mean you have to look through all the past records? And true enough, you see 30 years, you see, later, he mentioned that. Okay, and then it says to stay on even after 4 months, you see. The Johor state authorities could have been better handle the situation than to allow the problem to continue to stay on even after 4 months. I suspect the chemical waste has been dumped underground all over this for years. The ground surface and the rocks underneath are probably so saturated. So this one, if I'm the lorry driver, say, you see, the professor receives safe. That means this poor boy, 11 years boy, 11 years old boy fainted. It's not because of me. It happened that before 6th of March, he already got experienced this unfortunate event. So 你做替死鬼啊？架章什么 ？How you say in Chinese 啊？结章什么啊？Can anyone help me? 再章结火。I mean to put the blame on the person. How you say in Chinese 的成语 ？Anyone help me? 宜家怎么讲啊？什么再战出什么祸啊？秦汉，你的 Chinese good 啊？Bloody hell, Catholic Chinese must be good. You can shake your head. 哎呀，思远，再战什么祸？宜家懂吗？I know you ask at dinner. I know your Chinese no good. Confirm. So I don't want to ask you. 宜家懂吗？哎呀，晴志不在嘞。再战什么祸？你 hold on 啊。I cannot. I must find the answer. 我面再战什么祸啊？再战结果。什么祸？你不得不要上个 stay put stay put。听过哦，4个字。No 啦。Never mind, my family members will find the meaning for all of you. So yeah, this is like, the March might never say before, after. If you say after, there's a different story. So you can see the doctors has explained this very clearly. So is that things has been occurring for many years. But now it seems like it happened to be worse. Because that means the whole entire river is poisoning, but it's not into a very serious extent. Okay? So are you surprised by sources? Explain your answer. Okay, let's do now your answer, please. But before that, maybe I show you the answer first. Okay, where is my... Okay, let's read on the... Okay, Tina, can you read the first one, L3?
I'm not surprised that the professor is speaking up on the chemical waste dumping and how it has affected school children by volatile gases drifting to the surface.
Wait. Okay, sorry, carry on. Tina, I will want you to read the whole entire of this, because you're always confused. I'm surprised and I'm not surprised. So can you start again? I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that the professor is speaking up on the chemical waste dumping and how it has affected the school children by volatile gases drifting to the surface and evaporating from toxic fumes across the area, because he was consultant who was employed to carry out the first quantitative risk assessment for environmental impact assessment. of a proposed large chemical plant in Pasar Gudong industrial area in the late 1980s, and the chemical plant was built despite his QRA against it. He must have been quite upset that his expert advice was not taken seriously.
Yeah, correct. Not. It tells you from here, right? It tells you from here, you see? Wait now. You see? This part here. The chemical plants that's against it. Despite, you see, despite my kill, the first sentence already tell you already. So it was quite deep. This already tell you there was some problem, and yet you don't listen to me. And then you employ me and do this thing for what? Yeah, I know you pay me. Then what's the point? I advise you and you don't seek my advice, and then now later anything happen, you blame on me. So I never say that. You are blaming me, taking me as a scapegoat. Carry on.
I'm not surprised by source E as professor was likely to be concerned about the toxic waste pollution that was.
Here. I'm not surprised this one.
I'm
That,
not surprised by source E as professor explains that school children in Pasang Gudong became sick because of the toxic chemicals that were dumped in the river. This was supported by source C, which shows that the children did not become sick because they were affected by the toxic waste pollution in Pasang Gudong.
oh, so you can you cross-referencing, okay, cross-referencing, I'm not surprised it's a proven C, but the C is still not strong enough, even though that boy is sick. But it say in March what? Okay, the sick can be 1st of March unless you got proof to me the MC Okay, you see the doctors. Okay, carry on. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised by source E as the professor was likely to be concerned about the toxic waste pollution that was affecting so many school children and would like to offer his expert opinion about the cause behind this crisis so that the government could do something about it to help the residents of Pasang.
Yeah, still cross-referencing, okay, go.
I'm not surprised by source E as the professor probably was trying to speak up for the victims in Sungai Kim Kim that the decision made in 1980s to build a chemical plant was wrong and wanted the government to punish the wrongdoers.
Okay, so you realize everything is, I'm not surprised, Okay, the next one.
I'm not surprised by source E as the professor is trying to take the opportunity to gain some credit and recognition for being correct about QRA. This will help him earn more revenue for his business or gain fame as a result.
这样也可以啊！哇，你这样blame on the person. Yeah lah, you employ me ma. I'm telling you the truth ma. So I was right 30 years ago, but you see the government never listened to me, Chigan. So who to blame? So 30 years ago I predicted correctly, no. 快，来找我，我 give you a consultation, then 我可以帮你的国家做好东西。That's what I meant, Next one.
I'm surprised by source E that the professor was not afraid that he would be put out in jail for being so vocal about being against the government.
This one I don't really 100% agree, to say that I'm surprised by Source E that he was able to say this, even though he knows that his reputation will be at stake. Even though his reputation at stake, because 30 years ago, he already informed and warned the government, that, hey, please, you better do something, if not, you're going to create a problem. But why he didn't even further to defend himself and further to protect the people. And after 30 years, 你鸡蛋糕，你现在来跟我讲星野 and 秦汉，为什么 I'm surprised. Since you know it is why I'm surprised that now then you come out and tell me. So are you saying that time you know there is, but you don't want the government cover you, or you want to say but you dare not to say, or you want to say but you think that it's not appropriate to say because if I say wrongly, my prediction is wrong, I will be out of job. 明白吗？Antenna？明白吗？Everyone understand what I mean？所以这种东西是真的在事实在 real situation。All of us know about the recent 3 primary 3 student, right? Who are kind of how we say 恐吓，英文叫什么讲threatening the parents and things, right? Are you surprised? You say I'm surprised with kids, but I'm not surprised that nowadays the school are taking this kind of bullying case like, okay, you can tell me your grandfather's story, need to investigating all party, must this one, must that one, must make sure. Hey, come on, bullshit, guys. when my generations, when I'm being bullied or what, nobody also come, I take my own hand to defend myself, okay? And also when parents are called in to see the teacher, okay, we scared like hell. The parents apologize to the teachers for whether I'm right or wrong. My parents say respect the teachers and the school. Now it's the other way. The teacher run like hell when parents come to school and visit them. Oh my God, it's going to complain about me. I'm worried my job. Is there something wrong? So I'm surprised that there's a change of policy that the teachers, I'm not against teacher. I was a teacher. Okay, I'm a teacher now, if I can say. But it's whether how you take things in your own hand, whether you dare to speak the truth, defend your the students, or you're willing to sacrifice your job, even you speak the truth. And seriously, because it's called whistleblowing. I'm sorry to say that, guys. I have a fair share to know most of the thing. I don't think some school are doing a right justice to student, and I know some school are just cover up, and I know some school is just, hey, I don't want to make it a big hoo-ha and then exposed in the public eyes and things like that. True and behold, yes, if like 所谓可以 sweep under the carpet 就 sweep under the carpet, but 纸是爆不了火的。Okay, so what is this person say? The professor, I say I'm surprised that the professor was not afraid, meaning that he cannot endure for too long already. 宜家, Xingyan, Qihan, and it's like enough is enough. It's about time I really review. Or maybe past 30 years ago, he was being, hey, shut up. I just ask you to do a job, that's all. Okay, I know. So they do some other things. You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, 30 years ago, it's like Iron Fist. The people there in 30 years ago, like if you ask Lee Kuan Yew to rule Singapore now, he may not be able to be successful, able to complete what he did in 30 to 40 years ago. The way he rules Singapore, government Singapore, I fully respect. But if you ask Mr. Lee Kuan Yew to do now, it may be a bit difficult to do it. Why? Because majority of us are very educated. We know our rights. We know what to do, things like that. And worse still, he might be against the government. And when it comes to voting, sayonara. It happens before when Mr. Lee Kuan Yew say that all educated women must give birth. The government has spent so much money for you, and please do something and justice. And all the women, 我要生孩子不生孩子关你屁事 Mr. Lee. But Mr. Lee was quite frustrated, what 你们应该要这样 because of that. I not say I believe, okay, there was affected the elections, the voting. When the years goes by, seriously, you realize nowadays, I work with my MP recently, the elections. There are some people are educated and still complain about governments. I'm not surprised. Okay, I even surprised when during the meeting say, wow, government gives so many CDC voucher, for what? I to give until so many leh. I don't know how to use. I'm surprised for people to say that, and I'm not surprised for people who say against the government. I fully support my government for PAP. I don't care what others says. I never support the opposition party. Antina, you will be surprised to say that, I'm surprised that Uncle Raymond support Worker Party or opposition party. Of course, Antina, you were not surprised. Sorry, guys, I'm not surprised. All this stupid Uncle Raymond definitely support PAP. So this type of things, sorry to say, guys, when you're doing the exam, 你要把你自己放在里面 to 看，到底是怎么样的一回事。所以这个 answer for 这个是我说老师了，多少个学生会这样写？你凭良心讲how many students will write like that？ 然后老师没有教我嘞。So social study is really quite propaganda. Social study sometimes might be a bit biased in certain way. But 讲到所谓打破砂锅问到底you really let it very clean then it's like, fun But this is how social study work. Okay, we speak among ourselves, we discuss, that's it. But don't go and put on the Facebook or what Instagram and go and curse and swear how the government is so bad. Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. I mean, 所谓做人要饮水思源. You mean this government is so bad, man? Bad until you have become a beggar, bad until you become poverty. You still got a house, you still got a job. Those people who cannot find job complain. Why? There's a lot of job, whether you want to do or not. Right? I'm very surprised that Singapore got no job. But I'm not surprised that Singapore got a lot of jobs. Is that people want to do or not? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Would you mind to your answer, please? Thank you very much. Let's go. I'm going to get some water, so please do, this, okay, this, okay, yeah. Hopefully you can see, sorry, this question, surprise and not surprise, please do it properly, huh? Okay, we last week before we end the lesson, we go through it. So at least more or less you have fresh memory, unless your brain already reserved for your other exam. Okay. Right. So please complete this answer and send it to me. So I'm going to put it here. Don't mind. So I will take away this one, huh?
So I can go back to the source. I think.
So you have to write surprise and not surprise, huh? I will have 4 answers. Thank you.到时妈咪你去那个 大柠檬哦，那个 tablecloth 也写好好。你懂哪一个？我们有条虫，两条是一条啊。Surprise and not surprise, huh?
So I can go back to the sources.
Athena, don't start with source E is surprising as it is contradicted by source D. Nothing wrong. I would prefer that. I'm surprised. Always start like that. I'm surprised that source E, okay, contradict. I'm surprised of source E because it contradict by source D. Something like that. Okay. Don't straight away put source E is surprising. Nothing wrong, but there's a structure of it. It says something like, I'm surprised by source E, full stop. This is because it contradict by source D. But you can say that, I'm surprised by source E because it says something. This can be supported and contradict by source D. Okay? Of course, referencing something.
Uh, Joe, I need the source.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't
Ah,
know, but like you might need the sources to do SVQ.
sorry. Okay. Thank God I remember to push it out. I think this is that now you know why just now I don't want to continue this lesson because this type of question is very important. I at least the four of you here, never mind. I will settle with her next round. Don't worry. Also, when Antenna you come out, you also can also teach her. Also, you also learn, no? Right, Antenna? Antenna? Yeah, thanks. Sometimes when you teach another student or another of your classmate or another of your friend, you're actually learning, and you also recall better. Ijia, are you ready for your answer? Thank you, Ijia. Do you still got any more answer, Ijia? Still got, huh? Okay, I'll wait for you. No worry, don't rush, don't rush. This one, surprise, not surprise, agree, not agree. All these kind of question take a while to get used to it. Okay, so once you get used to it, you will score. Huh? So don't rush. Huh? I'd rather spend the one whole lesson doing this properly than anyhow do, please. Maybe who knows? Your answer, so any one of your answer, all your answer must be maybe better than, will be better, or maybe better, or must be better than my answer. Okay. So Qihan, tomorrow when you do your SS, remember, okay, I leave it to you whether you want to do SPQ and SRQ first. Okay, all the prominence in like this type of prominence, you must put a plus, minus, or neutral, and then read all your prominence first. Okay, the best thing is in the background informations, like this type of background information here, this one. Okay, choose, because there are 6 sources, right? At least 6 keywords for you. Okay, the 6 keywords, definitely whatever keywords you choose there will definitely help you in all the source A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E, 5 sources. Okay, by the way, 6 sources. 6 sources, E, A, B, C, D, E, F. And then you use that for your answering of your sources. By the way, this is a G2 exam paper. That's why I was very surprised that I don't know why your teacher said that. So please, ask your teacher, is it true now? Or is it a new format?
Isn't it if you write one higher level, then that's full marks? You don't, like for higher
Yes.
level, you don't need cross reference.
Correct, but you want to take the risk now.
It don't, like, you don't have a lot of time to write all that shit,
No,
to be honest.
I agree with you. I'm not against it, but not
Yeah.
everyone, sorry, I'm not saying here, not everyone is so smart like you. I'm not sarcastic, I've student did that before, but I asked him at the end of the day during O-level, do you do that? No. Why? I dare not want to take the risk. You see? He wrote. So this is practice. I agree. I got student ask me, can they just go straight the high level? Yes, can be done. But 你会报赢的吗? What happened? 你 happen to be that, not you, so unlucky that students, touch wood, that the other teachers maybe quite new to marking or what, might decide to have the proper procedure. That's like I did not like that, lah. You see the teacher mark until like that, also 吐血对吗？不是对吗？那对方我写了这么多，你跟我讲鸡蛋到底是可以还是不可以？其实是可以的，可是这样他讲不可以，这样我也不懂为什么。So to play safe 咯。So you're not wrong, all answer already, all answer, So can I go through the answer now, one by one, okay? So it's already 9 o'clock. Hopefully I can have time to do the 10 marks answer, Is it 10 mark, Should be 10 mark, right? There's one 10 marks answer, right? This one also don't play, What the hell is my 10 mark? 10 mark answer. Wow, this one might take a while. So once we finish this question, we'll end early, And some of you don't finish your exam ready. Where is my answer lah? Give me a minute. I'm looking for it. Hey, where the hell is it? Oh, here. Okay, let's go. See you. All yours, baby.
I am surprised with source E as Source E mentions that the Johor State Authority did not do their job to prevent toxic waste from escaping, yet Source D contradicts it by saying that Johor State authorities did a great job in preventing and tackling the crisis.
Stop here. I'm surprised with Source E. Has sources mentioned that Johor Authority did not do their job to prevent toxic waste? But this contradict to Source Source D, right? Well done. Okay, Source E, let's start.
Source E states that the Johor State's authorities could have better handled this situation than to allow the problem to continue to stay on even after 4 months. This shows that the Johor State authorities is inefficient in preventing the toxic gases and waste to spread, and is taking a long time to control the situation, by then causing lots of casualties. However, Source D states that Johor Disaster Management Committee, especially the medical and security efficiency in tackling
Never mind, ignore the error, the spelling mistake. It's okay. Just read on. Yeah, it's okay.
the crisis and preventing it from becoming worse is commendable. This shows that the Johor State authorities are very efficient in preventing the toxic waste spread and preventing many casualties from happening. Thus, I am surprised by Source E.
Whoa, you look at the different angle, bloody hell. Super good, huh? Well done. You're looking at different angles, so that means you're supporting the governments. That means you don't agree with what Source E say. Correct now, Xing Yuan?
Yeah.
Wow, damn it, man. I like that. Serious, okay, go.
Why say 2?
你 send 2次是吗？
Yeah.
不，你 send 3次还是2次？
No, I said 1, 2
Oh,
times.
one, so I cancel this one, can?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 我以为你 send 多一个 not surprised.
I am not surprised by Source E, as Source both source states that the Johor Disaster Management Committee is poor in handling the crisis. Source states that the chemical plant was built by the owners despite my QRA against it. This shows that the Johor Disaster Management Committee lack of hindsight and foresight caused the allowance of the building of chemical plant, which led to the toxic gases and causing many casualties. Source also states that the situation could have been better handled by the Johor Disaster Management Committee. This shows that the residents affected by the toxic gases are blaming the government inefficiency in preventing the gas leak from happening. Thus, both source supports that the Johor Disaster Management Committee is inefficient in preventing the toxic gas. Thus, I'm not surprised by Source E.
I will give you 7 marks, full marks. Well done. Because of this one. Sorry. Very OCD. Okay, well done. Dr. Atina, your turn.
Source E is surprising as it's contradicted by Source D in whether Johor state authorities have handled the chemical poisoning in Pasir Gudang effectively. Source E states that the Johor state authorities have not handled the chemical poisoning effectively, as seen from the Johor state authorities could have better handled the situation than allow the problem to continue to stay after 4 months. This suggests that the Johor state authorities have not handled the chemical poisoning in Pasir Gudang effectively, as it was not solved even after 4 months of discovering the issue. However, this is contradicted by Source D. Source D says that the Johor state authorities have handled the chemical poisoning in Pasir Gudang effectively, as seen from efficiently in tackling the crisis and preventing it from becoming worse is commendable. This suggests that the Johor state authorities have handled the situation effectively, as they were able to quickly stop and contain the problem of chemical poisoning, even getting the praise from the Malaysian Prime Minister.
Stop. I like this part. I like this part. You really, this one is a very strong mandate for them. Well done. I like this part. Okay, next one. Is it all this not repeating, huh? No, huh?
I think the second part, Source E, is surprising.
This one,
The above part.
this one, oh yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
I have my provenance also.
Huh?
I wrote provenance. I don't know whether it's needed or not.
Where? Do you send?
Yeah.
Did I put in?
No.
Can you send again for me?
Yeah.
Send again now, send now, so I can complete yours. Send to me now. I cut and paste. Sorry, You don't care what the teachers say now. Please, you are not preparing for O level or N level. You're preparing for futures. Okay. To me, I enjoy students who over assess, deny, write more than write less. Okay, let's go.
It's the wrong one.
Huh?
I think you copied the wrong one.
Copy what?
Uh,
Damn it. I'm so sorry. Is it this one? Yes, correct. 对啊. Okay, go.
I was surprised by source E that the Pasir Gudang chemical poisoning affects the school children because it's supported by source C. Source E states that toxic gas are suddenly appearing in the atmosphere and poisoning school children 30 years later.
I like this part because you quote this one here. Carry on, sorry.
Another wave of school children are falling ill. This suggests that the school children are affected by the chemical poisoning because they are getting sick because of it. This is further supported by source C. Source C says that my 11-year-old son was admitted after he fainted, not aware of what chemicals has affected patients. This suggests that the Pasir Gudang chemical poisoning affected school children, causing them to faint, and professionals are unsure what chemicals that were inside the chemical poisoning that affected the school children. Based on provenance and purpose, I'm not surprised by source E because it's published by a professor who was employed to carry out the quantitative risk assessment, as he states that although he advised against it, people in charge went against him, causing the whole fiasco.
Ooh, oh my God, I love this one, man. It's on your own, right?
Yeah.
Whole fiasco. My goodness. Damn it, man. That's a good word, man. Go.
Thus, his purpose of publishing was to push the blame to someone else so that his reputation won't be tarnished. And he may even gain more clients from this situation, allowing him to gain more income so that he can have better quality of life.
I want to 骂粗话了，对不起。Wow, awesome, man. Wow, the two of you, 7 marks. Wow, I seldom give full marks like that, man. Damn it, man, two of you. Well done. I think I should not give Qi Han 7 marks. 5 marks will do. Why? Because last week he said he don't like me. So now it's time to take revenge on him. He don't like that, like, he can hear you.
That
He
one's
can
like
hear you,
2
no?
weeks ago.
I don't think he cannot hear you.
I can also say it now, you know.
I love you, baby. Come on, let's go. Just putting on it. Come, let's go.
I
know,
am not
wait.
surprised.
Before you talk, I know tomorrow is your SS exam, so I want to distress you, okay? Take it easy, bro. Okay, let's go.
I'm not stressed though.
Well done.
I am not surprised by source E due to the critical analysis of its provenance. Source E was by a professor who was employed to carry out the first quantitative risk assessment (QRA) for the environmental impact assessment of a proposed large chemical plant in the Pasir Gudang industrial area in the late 1980s, published on 3 July 2019. The professor is criticizing the owners of the chemical plant despite his cure against it, calling for greater action to be done by the government, as the professor suspects that the chemical waste has been dumped over the years and the what's this surface? Our ground surface and rocks underneath are probably so saturated with toxic chemicals now that they lack more volatile. Now that the more volatile gases are drifting to the surface. The professor wishes to point out the lack of management from the government and wishes for the government to better manage such chemical dumping and properly punish those who do so. Thus, I am not surprised as he wants to criticize actions and protect his own reputation as he was first person to cure and unravel the truth behind the situation.
Wow. Stop. Stop. This is so, I love this. I love this, baby. Whoa. Wow, getting more exciting, man. Easier. And no stress. No stress. Okay. They are getting more exciting. Well done, man. Okay, good.
Then I'm
It's
not
all
surprised.
wait. I'm not surprised. Okay.
I may not. 下面
This
有
one
一
same
个 you copied the same thing again, I think. Wait.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, this is
Yeah.
yeah, like that, right? Is it yeah?
Then I have another. Yeah.
This you only submit twice, right, my dear? Correct,
Kinda. Yeah.
Two,
Yeah.
no missing
Then
anything,
yeah.
Okay, go.
However, I am surprised by source E as it is contradicted by source D. Source E states that the Johor state authorities could have better handled the situation than to allow the problem to continue and stay on even after 4 months. This suggests that the authorities did not handle the situation effectively and is still a pressing matter even after 4 months. However, Source D contradicts this as it states that they had carried out their duties well even through even though such a situation has never happened before, and the team's efficiency in tackling the crisis was commendable. This suggests that the government's response to this crisis was rapid and effective, and they were able to stop further spreading of the poisoning. Thus, I am surprised by Source E, as Source D argues that the government was rapid, but Source D was rather slow and effective.
I cannot say don't give you 7 marks because there are some words that is very interesting, and this one. Well done. Yijia. I can't hear you.
I am not surprised when Source E as its support is quoted by Source E states the authorities could have better handled the situation than to allow the problem to continue to stay on even after 4 months, suggesting that the Johor state's authorities failed to act quickly and responsibly to handle the crucial problem properly and protecting the public. Similarly, Source C states doctors were not aware of what chemicals had affected the patients. This suggests that the authorities were unprepared and provided little guidance to those affected. Since both sources highlights the inefficiency and lack of preparedness by the authorities, I am not surprised with source.
Wait. Oh, damn it. Give me a minute. Why cannot? Okay, I like this part here. Wait, to highlight it. And I like this to handle the pollution properly. I like this too. Very good. Boleh, please. Okay. Carry on.
Wait,
I repeat the same.
Hmm?
I'm surprised. Yeah. Okay, sorry. My fault. 我看错. I'm surprised. Yijia.
I'm surprised it will be Source E and Source B contradicted. Source E states why are toxic sensors suddenly appearing.
Sorry, I can't hear you, my dear. I think the volume is not very clear. I repeat, you continue from here. I'm surprised Source E it contradicts Source D. Source E state, carry on.
Source E states why are toxic gases suddenly appearing in the atmosphere and poisoning school children 30 years later, suggesting that the authorities had not been managing the waste well, which led to serious health problems decades later. However, Source D states the agencies under the Johor Disaster Management Committee, especially the medical and security teams, efficiency in tackling the crisis and preventing it from becoming worse is commendable, which shows that the authorities were well prepared and responded effectively to minimize the harm of the poisoning. Since Source E and Source D have different views to the authorities' response to the crisis, I am surprised with Source E.
Your answer is the shortest among the rest. So what's your problem, Uncle Raymond? Good. I think the rest are quite long. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me see. It's not about long or short. It's about the quality. In fact, more or less the rest are the same. Wow. First time, seldom in my SS I give all of you full marks. I think you all more or less understand. Well done, all full marks. Seriously. Not because you're the last one I give you full marks, but there are some good ideas. And I can see there's slight improvement for ETR. Slight improvement. Not say a lot, but definitely improving bit by bit every lesson. Good. Now keep it up. I think correct me if I'm wrong, Ijia. Maybe you're afraid to express, to impress, to write. Because you worry that the more you write on certain thing, you might depress yourself. Oh, every time my teacher say I write this, I write that wrong. I should not put this, I put that. No, don't do that. Okay. I always encourage my students to always feel free to express and write it. No, Antina took a while to do that as well. Sing and very good. Seriously. Very good. Yeah. I think you guys can pass this particular surprise. I bet to be a bit differ for Athena. Because Athena still 有一点还是 I'm surprised and not surprised. So hopefully Athena with the next couple of lessons, Uncle Raymond is going to dig more of surprise, not surprise, agree, not agree. You can look at Athena the face, 这个小丑 this clown purposely make me like that in front of all my friends. Too much, Uncle Raymond. Okay, sorry. Okay, are you surprised I do that to you or not surprised? Athena will reply, no, definitely I'm not surprised. I'll be surprised if you don't do that to me. Well done, well done. Hey guys, bravo, Fiesto, wow, Fiesco, wow, good, and a lot of fun. Unravel. Whew. This is a beautiful word to use, my guy. Thank you so much. Not yet. I know I'm going to end a bit early, but for you, whoever, not you, Tian, if you are taking the next questions, the 10-mark questions, all right, don't argue with me. If you want, you can do your way. Please don't argue with me. I always think that it's okay. Tian, can you read, since your exam tomorrow, can you read the question for us?
I don't have a choice.
The 10-mark.
How far do the sources in the case study show that the Johor State authorities has handled the chemical poisoning in Pasir Gudang effectively? Explain your answer.
Okay, so for tomorrow exam, I do not know what your teacher say. For me, I will always weigh all the 5 sources. Don't argue with me, Nobody argue with me, That is how. And don't tell me got not enough time. My teacher say 1 yes and 1 no, 1 agree and 1 not agree, 1 handle well, 1 not handle well. No, I don't want to hear that. It's 10 marks. To me, you weigh all sources. So for goodness sake, now I want you to share to tell me out of these 5 sources, a quick one, and we end the lesson. Next week we'll talk about the E, because this E one 10 marks must handle it with even more care. All right, so got new tech, not new not really new technique. So I want you to tell me quickly, just type your answer, not wasting time. Tell me like source A, B, and C what handle well, D and E not handle well. That's all. Okay, let's go. No, my dear. Type your answer. Oh my, so you say D and E handle well. However, C and C and A not handle well, something like that. That's all.
Okay.
This is just a warm up, but next week we'll go into dive into more detail, explain the agree handle well, not handle well, and more example coming in for others question as well. Because next week after this finish, we're going to do SRQ. Let's go for your answer, please, and we end it in a day. All the best to your exam tomorrow, Qian.
Thanks, Joe.
Welcome. No lah, Uncle Raymond, you're my leader. I'm your servant.
Nah.
Yes. So in Catholic is that Jesus is the lead servant. We are serving, correct or not? Washing the disciples.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, come. Wow. I seldom give this kind of marks. So I'm very, very elated and euphoria that you all can answer like that. Well done, especially for ETL. Well done. Keep it up more. Express yourself. Don't feel depressed to write. Your marks, honestly, any one of you will not be determined by one marker only. Source A, C, and E not handle well. Okay, source B and D handle well. Okay, Xing, would you mind kindly write down on a piece of paper just in case you forget next week? We're going to ask you and you're going to write the answer down, right? Xing, thank you very much. Okay, well, B and D. And not well, ACE. Well done. You just write down. Source A, C, and E states that the situation was not handled well. However, source B and D stated well. Okay, this like that 你这样写Athena 已经有2分了。你这样写已经2分了哦，不错哦。你这样写已经2分了嘞。All of you who write like that is already 1 or 2 marks already 虽然没有 submit 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, submit already. Okay, well done. Please take note. Let me take a pictures to send in later to the group chat. Now I send to the group chat just in case. Never mind, I think can. Okay. Stop sharing. As I promise you guys, remember, must do every questions. You remember the 5 marks one, the inference, 2 inference. If it's why the source, you have to have an outcome. Then when you weigh, you have one paragraph, one factor, the other paragraph, second factor, and the third paragraph, why you think that factors is more important, all right?